Well, today my watch decided to fall apart, so here's a quick video on how to replace a spring bar inside of a wristwatch. And it's a fairly simple procedure, just sometimes a little pesky with putting that new spring in, but I'll show you how to do that. So fortunately my watch is already taken apart thanks to it breaking. So now what we want to do is get the old, right there, get that bar out. So I'm going to use a little screwdriver and push it out. Sometimes it falls out for you. As you can see, it's broken apart there. So now what we need to do is find the correct size spring bar to replace this. And this is probably the most frustrating part, because if you look online, there's so many different ways of measuring this, and trying to make sure you find the right one, especially if yours is broken, you can't measure it. So for example, some measurements will go from the rigid part of the bar, some will go to the spring bar fully extended. So let me give you an example. So some measurements might be from here, this hard part here, all the way to that part. Others might be from here to the spring fully extended to the spring fully extended. Or some measurements might have you consider what the spring is like, what the spring bar length is, if both sides are compressed, going from tip to tip. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to measure this. So frankly, what I would strongly recommend getting is, instead of trying to find the specific one, unless you're confident in what you're buying, is getting one of these kits. It was like $6 or $7 on eBay. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can find it. And therefore, there's no stress, no hassle. If you're worried about the size, you have plenty of options. And look how many I have. This will last me a lifetime. And thank goodness I had it, because this happened today. So anyway, what you can do is, if yours is intact and you want a reason to buy a fancy tool, or you can also just use a ruler, is you can also use a micrometer, and actually, or caliper, I guess some people call it, and put that in the jaws of that caliper and measure that. And if you want a video on how to read a caliper, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll make a video on that. But there's a lot of different ways to do that. So you can measure it if yours is still intact. Mine isn't, unfortunately, and I don't know off the top of my head. I could Google it and put in the make of my watch and then see if there's any information out there. But honestly, I'm just gonna try and guesstimate which one fits and put it back together. So I'm going to be using a 21 millimeter, if that is at all helpful in case you have this very specific watch. That looks about the right size if we compare these two together. Focus. Let me see if we can put them side by side. It's about that. It's not perfect. I might need to go to a size smaller, but I think that's close enough. So what you want to do now is get the end of your watch in the clasp that actually goes to the side of the watch that you'll be working on. Make sure it's in the right orientation. So this is facing up, because the watch is going to fold in a circle like this. You want it to fit like that. So make sure that you're holding this clasp in the right direction that it goes. Feed the spring in, the bar, excuse me. And now, what I like to do, I'd probably recommend cleaning this before putting it all back together. But once you're ready to put this back on, what I like to do is kind of get one side in to the little holes that are in here. And once it's in, so this bottom half is in.
Actually, so it might be too big.
Sometimes this works where you can push one side in, wedge it a little bit, and get that top half to seat in, and then use like a little screwdriver, precision screwdriver, to push this pin down. But I'm thinking that this might not work on this watch. So what I'm going to do instead is push both springs in and work at them one at a time. So
I'll push this one down first. and push in. See if that'll fit. Okay. Okay, so there's one side in. Now with this other side, what I'll do, without getting up, never mind, that came out.
And just like that, we've replaced the spring bar and a wristwatch. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if this video was helpful. And check out my other videos. Hope this video was helpful. And thanks for watching. Again, some helpful things for this job. Maybe a small precision screwdriver like this or like this just to help you push down the pin. Maybe a micrometer if you need, or a caliper if you need to actually measure the length of the spring bar, or a good ruler. But other than that, very simple, easy to do yourself. And if you buy one of these kits, your friends will love you if you ever need to replace their spring bars. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.